Hey everyone, this is Gail Dudley. How are you? Thank you for tuning in and continuing to open up your e-newsletter from At the Table with Gail Ministry in Motion. I just wanted to jump on here quick this morning before I send this e-news out to all of you to first of all say thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. What started out just to be a place where I would go and post a blog and share some information has turned into something different since COVID-19. We had many women, especially immigrant moms and single moms, just coming asking, could we help? And there's no way I was going to sit back and not lend a hand. So then we came to all of you and asked you to sow, to give, even with us not being a 501c3. And you all gave generously. So I personally wanted to come on here and just to say thank you for that. And dollars are still coming in and we say thank you. So what's next? What are we doing? Where are we headed? Well, as you know, At the Table with Gail is the profit side of things. And that's my coaching, my teaching, my books. And then we have on the other side, Ministry in Motion. And that's the ministry of setting your ministry in motion. Several years ago, I did what you would call a transformational weekend where women came together, and we really targeted women who were below the poverty line, and they were looking to either start a business or to do something to make income for themselves so that they can get off of government services. So I did a weekend, and I brought in different experts, people who were doing great, building a business, completing the Secretary of State's forms, all of that type of information. And those women, I am happy to say, even I believe it's now 7 or 8 years later, they are in business, they're doing well, they're giving back to their community. So the other day I was talking with a friend of mine that I used to work with at an international women's ministry, and she was just really speaking some things to me, things that I was sitting there and I said, well, you know what, Deb? I'm kind of doing those things, and those things are items that I used to do before. And so she just really encouraged me to stay the course and to look at that. It's by no mistake that God brings things back around. I want to help people. I've been that person from elementary school. I was always the advocate for the odd person out. If I saw someone sitting alone, I would go sit with them. If I saw people being mean to people, I would encourage them not to be mean. I was always including what many of us would consider outsiders into the group, whatever group that was. So that's been a part of my makeup, my DNA, my characteristics from day one. And I don't want to stop that. And it's so funny. I laugh at times because I say to Jesus, it's like, okay, Jesus, you're using me and I don't have any money. So I'm not connecting the dots here. And so I have prayed and prayed and prayed for God to allow me to become a philanthropist and have all this money and give out to everyone else. He hasn't answered that prayer, and I'll be 55 in July. But God still allows me to connect with people who are continuously giving to other people. So I'm excited about that. And I am excited that you have decided to come along and walk this journey with me. So this is what I'm asking for this morning. We know that America is in this place of unrest. And many of you know that I also have a publication alongside my daughter, Gail Dudley. And the publication is called Ready Publication. Actually, that's the publication, but we've changed the company name to Ready Media LLC. And so, yes, we have our smartphones, we have our devices, we have all of these things, but I'm reminded of the women who went through the transformational weekend. It's called Savvy Transformational Weekend. And we did that for probably 5 or 6 years, if I remember correctly. And we did that 3 or 4 times a year. So those women are women who are still, they're starting to see just a small profit. They're starting to be able to put some things in place, but many people don't know them. And I know we have an opportunity to do apps and to have digital directories, so forth and so on. But something that my daughter and I were talking about in the Ready team, we've decided to do a Ready Black women's business directory, and where it's print and digital, so it will also be on Amazon, but something that you can hold. our demographics with Ready Publication goes from 21 to 69, I believe. It's a wide target audience. It's a wide demographic. So what we want to do is allow a page for each business. And we're going to have a combination of businesses that are doing well, but still Black, female owned. And we're going to have businesses who are doing okay, but they just want to get their name out there. So we're going to do a page for each business that woman has an opportunity to tell their story. They have their image, they have their business logo, and they have maybe a product or two that will be on their page. So each business will have a page. Here's where I want to just share this with you. And if it's not you, then please share this with someone else. We want to make it so that no Black female business owner has to pay for their page. And when we looked at the cost per page, and y'all do know when you don't run a lot of magazines, a lot of copies, the price point, the cost is pretty high. So if we're looking at doing a 100-page to 200-page publication, it's going to cost per publication at least $19 or $20 because our quantity is low. So each page we figured out is going to cost about $100 a page. So we want you to join us and sponsor a Black woman business owner. And it doesn't have to just be a business owner in a storefront or in their home-based office. It could be a Black author, a Black female author, excuse me. It could be a Black woman artist. It could be a Black woman coach, fitness coach, consultant, whatever their business is, whatever it is that they're doing. It could be a Black woman entrepreneur. We just want to make this available for every Black woman. And we just want to say, you know what, in this time of unrest, we want to highlight a Black woman business owner, entrepreneur, artist, designer, coach, consultant, whatever that may be. And we're looking at that person, although that director will have a wide demographic, a socioeconomic status, we really want to focus on that woman and girl. Let me not cut out girls, because girls are building businesses as well. They're writing books, they're artists as well. We want to give them that opportunity to get their information out there. Social media is great, but sometimes we're looking for things. We want to flip through something. I'll be 55 in July. I have my smartphone, I have my iPad, I have my MacBook Air, but I also like to pick up the book and flip through it and read it as well. So if you want to be a part of that, we're asking you to join. And you can go straight to Ready Publication website, and that's readypublication.com. That's READY publication, no S.com, readypublication.com. Go to the order link, and then you can scroll on that page. You'll see the icon that says sponsor. You click on that, you read the information. Now you can decide that you want to choose. You may want to say, I want to sponsor, but I want to sponsor a person that I know. You can do that. If you just want to sponsor and you say you find the person, we will do that. So yes, Ministry in Motion is partnering with Ready Publication to do this directory together. And I hope you will help us. Again, I just want to say thank you. I also want to ask you to continue to pray. We are in this place. There's some wrestling that's taking place. I know God is resetting some things. I'm very careful when I say this, but God has gifted me with a spirit of discernment. He has gifted me with dreams. I'm not going to sit here and claim to be a prophet. I am not, but I know God is moving in a mighty and powerful way. Thank you all for praying for my mom. She is home. She is home. She had been to the hospital, I believe it was 2 or 3 times, and then ended up in the rehab facility. She was tested for COVID-19. She tested negative. She is now home. She is doing better. So thank you for praying. For the person I asked for prayer who is very close to me, who found out that this particular person is close to me had kidney cancer. She had her surgery. Praise God, she's doing well. This person, she had her surgery on a Friday, late morning, early afternoon. By 10 p.m., she was like, get me up out this bed. She was walking the hallways of the hospital. The doctor's like, we don't know why we're keeping you here. She was released that next morning, early morning, and she's doing great. I talked to her the other day. She walked, I believe she told me like 5 miles or something like that. So she's doing great. So thank you for praying for her as well. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that I'm missing. We're still praying for marriages. There are a lot of marriages that are under attack. So please keep praying for marriages. We still want to do some sort of prayer summit. We don't know how we can do that right now. In Columbus, Ohio, where I reside, we are still no more than 10 people can gather at a time. So I don't know. Continue to send your prayer requests. Continue to send your prayer requests. In this season, I ask that you will stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Please take care of your health. Please continue to wash your hands and please wear your mask. Please do that. Please do that. If not for anybody else, for you, for you, for you, for you. Again, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I do want to share with you, I'm a part of a women's collective. Some women came together. There are 5 of us. We're Christian women, and we're dealing with what's happening, where we're talking about opening up our eyes and looking through the lens of a black or brown person and asking the question, what do you see? Yeah, y'all know that's my background. That's what I went to school for before I went to school in the theology area, but for diversity. Many of you have no idea, but I'm a diversity trainer. I'm still certified to train diversity. And I went through the Points of Light Foundation many years ago. I think it's been like maybe 30 years ago, but I keep that certification up. Things have changed a lot, so I'm always staying up to date on things, but those things have changed. If you want to read an amazing book, if you want to read, I know the demographics on At the Table with Gail Ministry in Motion, they're wide. If you want to read a good book, read the book White, White, Awake. White, Awake. And that is by Daryl, I can't think of his last name, but look for it, White, Awake. Also, if you want to sow into Black and brown people, read books that are written by Black and brown people. Read books, read books, read books. I just believe Jesus is up to something. I believe he is up to something. I believe he is up to something. Many of us are thinking that he's silent. He's not silent. He's not silent at all. He's not silent. But what are you going to do? God is speaking. The question is, how will you respond? Thank you for tuning in. And again, I say thank you. I really do appreciate the prayers, the love, the support, and the contribution. And again, we're not even a 501c3. By the way, before I sign off, I was sharing that with my friend who I used to work with at an International Women's Ministry, which, by the way, I was the vice president of diversity. I had traveled the entire U.S. and I even went to South Africa with our delegates there in Johannesburg doing diversity. Just interesting. I loved doing the work that I was doing at that time, but God has since transitioned me to someone else. But in my conversation with her name is Deb, by the way. In my conversation with Deb, we were just talking, and I said, do I move towards a 501c3 or a 501 or 501c4? Do I move in that direction? I said, or do I become a social enterprise? I said, what do I do with that? And she was talking about the tax break, and she was saying, it doesn't make much of a difference anyway. So I don't know. So pray with me with that. I just want to keep giving and keep helping these women and these girls, especially single moms. And why are single moms so near and dear to my heart? Many of you don't even know this. I was a single mom. My son, Alexander, I birthed him as a single mom. People believe that my husband is his dad because they kind of favor each other, but he is not his dad, his biological dad. He is his dad, and trust me, they are close. They are really thick. It's just very interesting, but that's why single moms, and I've always been in this mindset of being an entrepreneur. Why? Because although my father and my grandfather worked at a major corporation, when they would get downsized or when they would get laid off, they worked. They had a business. And I would go along with them on their business as a little girl and would do things. They were painters. So I learned how to tape. I learned how to tape off to paint a room. I still know how to do that too. I don't like doing it, but I love doing it. And I would just be there and I would watch them. I would watch them deal with people. I would watch them negotiate. I would watch them go and buy paint. I would just glean from them. That's in my blood. That's in my blood. I cannot work behind a desk. I can't. I've tried to do that. I cannot work behind the desk. The jobs that I've had, they were always remote. I'm an entrepreneur mindset. I'm always seeing. I'm a visionary. Okay, I've gone on and on, so I'm out. You have a great week. Thank you again. Peace out.